Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I just wanted to document the unboxing of this Fire Lite ES-50X adjustable fire alarm control panel that I bought recently. I do not have a tripod, so you're going to have to deal with me holding the camera like this. The lighting might be behind, that's pretty messy. I'm in the middle of a lot of projects, but I'm going to go ahead and get the package open. Alright, so I got the edges off. We're just going to do this cut here. Hopefully I don't scratch anything. We're going to turn it because it appears to be this way. Alright, so we have our panel here. I should note it's used and it does not have a door, so it's going to look a little different, but it still has the main CPU untested, so we're going to do some testing of it. Lots of packaging. Oh my gosh, lots of packaging in this. We're going to take this off, and there we are. So here's our panel. Looks like this is our display. I was a little worried when I didn't see a display, but this is it right here. It's got our built-in communication card. This is a nice cabinet. I choose the door, really. I mean, if anyone's selling a door or a cabinet, let me know. I'll buy either. Yeah, we got our, looks like this AC in, I believe. So we're probably gonna take this out and power it up. Now, technically, this is my first fire alarm panel, since this Arduino panel here is custom built, but this would be my first. I'm not probably going to put this on the system for a while because it's addressable and I don't have many addressable devices, pole stations, smoke detectors at least, but also, you know, I want to keep that Arduino board up for a little bit, get some use out of it, and I don't really have a need for this. So hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we will be doing a video on removing some parts of the fire alarm control panel. As you see, it's kind of fun part. You know, I'm gonna just get the extra key here. Yeah, so it's definitely falling apart. These cardboard pieces aren't cutting it. I did state before in system test, I think it was 2.5, that I would be doing a 3D printed part for this, and I will be, but I'm decided to replace the entire chassis. I'm also just gonna rewire everything. You guys may have seen the video regarding the ES-50X, which I'll show. Yeah, so this is the current state of it. You can see we got our communicator card, our DAC card, circuit board, and then we have our keyboard pieces. This circuit board is broken at the LCD connectors. It's gonna be a little hard to see, but I'll try to. You see the contacts got ripped out. So I have to buy a replacement board, which is like $150, but it's whatever, it'll be worth it. Still not sure if I'm gonna put that on the system. Yeah, so I'm not sure if that's gonna go on the system. Probably not for now, at least until I get more devices, but what we're gonna be focusing on today is this. So I guess we'll start by disconnecting all of our power sources. And the rest of my keys up here. So let's go to our power. So right here we have all our power. We have our DC power supply for fire alarm, power, supplemental power, that's for the 5-volt extra power supply for the LCD, and this is the main. So we're just gonna shut the entire thing off. So this is gonna lose. And there we go, we've lost power. So nothing on here is really unsafe to touch except for 24 volts in, which even that is really not that bad to touch. But we're gonna start now. Get the panel powered off. So we're gonna start by removing the main user interface, which is a pretty simple process. And here we are. So here's the main circuit board. It's a complete mess. Mainly the display is a mess here. I wish I had ribbon cables. I'm sure I could make it to those ribbon cables, but I'm not gonna deal with that right now, to be honest. I'll figure it a way. So we have our relays here. There are 4 relays, 2 for NACs, that's NAC 1 and 2. That's horns and strobes, 1 for smoke power, and 1's right now. One was being used as a priority 2 NAC. Although I was trying to use it for a voice evac NAC, which I'll probably work on that for another iteration. But oh yeah, I should mention this is the second time I'm revamping and rewiring the panel. But yeah, so now we got Arduino Mega 2560 that's powering the entire thing. Power bus comes up. We got our relays, our terminal blocks. You can see the labels there. Zone 1, Zone 2, and NAC 1, NAC 2, NAC 3, which is unused then. Priority 2, and also smoke alarm power, I believe that is. So that relay's always on. And then we got our display board. So 3 main buttons, the keyboard, and the LEDs and the LCD. So honestly, pretty simple. I wish I could say it was a little more, complicated. I mean, we got some extra modules. That's a real-time clock module. That's our extra power for the LCD. Everything will have a place, and I'm gonna be trying to utilize 3D printing. And these standoffs barely worked. I mean, this coming off. This was always moving. So I think the next iteration is gonna be much better. So what we're gonna do is I'm going to stop the recording. I'm gonna make a wire, not a diagram. I'm just gonna make a list of where the wires go, and then we can start disconnecting things just so I know where everything goes. All right. So I've made a wire list. That makes me realize how this panel really isn't complicated. So we're gonna start taking out wires. I took some out already, so we're gonna take this power supply out. I'm not getting the shot here. We're gonna take this out. Actually, so we're gonna take those terminals out, but I need to find a screwdriver small enough for it. All right, hopefully this screwdriver is small enough. From what I remember, I don't think it is. Or it might, yeah, it looks like it's gonna be just enough, maybe. All right, so I am going to label these now. Okay, so as you can see, I've labeled those wires. We're gonna get them out of there now. I'm probably gonna also install a junction box to solve some of these wire issues next time, because this is just a mess. I mean, some of these aren't even labeled. So take all these out. There we go. All right, so all the wires are now out. You can see this this useless kind of box, which was going to be a junction box for all those wire nut connections up there. But let's pivot back to the panel. All right, so we're back at the panel. Looks a little cleaner now without that. So let's see. Basically, I'm just going to take off all wires that I can see that are going to the main circuit board from the 2560. So everything's coming off basically. So I'm ripping all this out. So there we go. I'm gonna have to pick all these up. All right, so that is the user interface off. There's wires everywhere, but here it is. Let's pick all those up. Let's put that on the ground. All right, so now we're left with this. These come out. These are all bus wires. Yeah, so the rest of this is organizational wire. Sorry, I'm trying to get some decent shots here. This is our 24-volt in. There's supposed to be a terminal here to take it off. It's labeled with power there. So actually, yeah, that's a good point. We're going to take all of these cords and we're going to get them out. So take that. I'd actually make this hole bigger to get some more cords through there, just because of that extra power supply for LCD. All right. I can stay there. So here we are. Not much left. There'll be a lot of cleanup after this. Let's see. I'm gonna take out the terminal bus. I'm trying to get the best camera angle here, I promise. There we go. So here's the terminal bus, if you were curious. It's all connected together. Like these can slide apart, but they're all labeled very crappily, might I add. Definitely get probably screw terminals for the next one. I guess the next would be taking off the main circuit board. I'm not going to be taking the panel off the wall, just because it's a hassle and there's honestly no need for it. So we can just take these, we can remove these standoffs. There we go, standoffs. Relay card, I'm gonna try to get this off here. It was luckily very secure. That was blocking the LEDs so they wouldn't get in. I have to unscrew all these terminals. Let me get a tiny screwdriver. Here's our retro screwdriver. So we are going to remove the relay terminals. So. All right, there we go. So we're gonna take these out now. There we are. Here's our relay card. So now we are just left with this. I'm probably not gonna touch the board. I mean, I guess I gotta remove the buzzer. There we go. That can stay there for now. I believe this is duct tape and hot glued because this was supposed to be permanent. I don't know why I thought cardboard would be permanent, but whatever. Let's take that out. You can see the panel is going straight into the wall. These mounting holes weren't working, but oh yeah. Oh, I know why it's covered in cardboard. That was because previously I stuck breadboards directly to the panel. I don't know why. I can't explain it, but oh yeah, that's cool. There we are. So that's behind the, I guess, circuit board holder. You can see all this debris was from breadboards. I gotta get that off if I can. If not, I just gotta put a plate over it, and then we'll put the next circuit board on that. Here we are. So there is the empty panel. Now the panel's just bare. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make developments. I'm gonna do some 3D printing and system test. Let's see, system test 3 will be the big reveal of the new panel. Today I'm going to be doing the installation of the new Fire panel, Fire Lite ES-50X. I just got it mounted. I did not record that for a multitude of reasons. It doesn't have a door, but as everything else, I just ordered some replacement parts. So now we have a display. I do have tape over to the buzzer, piezo, since it's pretty loud. No knockouts, fresh cabinet. All I need to do is get a door. It's a ES-50X. It's got a communicator on board, 2 NACs, 1 SLC, and it's a 50-point panel. So I'm just going to be documenting the installation of this. So we've got it right now. We're going to start with AC power. First thing we're going to do is we're going to make a knockout. I guess the knockouts go down, and I didn't even need a tool, but there we go. So our first knockout, see if I can get that off. There it goes. So our first knockout's been made. That is going to be for our power bus, which is right here. Then we can fire this thing up. All right, so I'm gonna feed my cable through. Cable's fed through. Now we're going to connect as needed. So, all right, we have our AC power bus, so we're gonna power this thing on. All right, here we go. And the buzzer's still loud, even with tape on it. So here we are. I'm gonna take it off when I wireless stuff, which will be off camera. Got our battery weights here. Yeah, I really do wish I had a door for this, but it's okay. So it's a pretty big panel, honestly. It's like 3 times the size of the Arduino panel, but yeah, so this is gonna take a while.